Last one we have is Monday Night Football. It's Chicago. Bovada has -4 against the Washington Redskins. Brad and I both have Washington in an upset. I actually think Washington wins this game outright. I don't know how Brad feels about the overall game, but this is a team in the passing game that's struggling. I don't think basically Washington's strengths play to what Chicago's trying to do offensively. I think Washington is good against the run. Chicago is going to try to get David Montgomery up the middle. They're not really utilizing Terry Cohen yet. They need to against Washington because Terry Cohen is the speedster. They need to use him. So I'm thinking schematically Terry Cohen will be used more this week. He's got to be. At some point he's just got to be. You can't go like 1-2, especially in this division with Minnesota, Detroit playing better, and Washington. So yeah, you gotta do it. Let's see. I have a receiver for Chicago. I think Allen Robinson will have an okay game, not a great game. This is the game that Anthony Miller Taylor Gabriel should have a good game, should have some opportunities. The second receiver against Washington. There's a matchup, in that second cornerback slot. Norris is doing okay on the first one, but man, it's going to be tough sledding, I think, for all these Bears offensively, because I think Washington is going to be able to stuff the run unless Chicago really features Terry Cohen, which it doesn't seem like they want to do yet. I think Trubisky has another tough game this week against Washington's, whose defense is a little underrated. And I actually think Washington's offense is a little underrated. You had Case Keenum, going for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions last week, or maybe it was 250 yards. He likes to throw the ball downfield. Is he going to have enough time against Chicago's defense? No, probably not. McLaurin is proving himself effective in going over the top and underneath routes. I think that Chicago is basically going to shut down the run, the Redskins passing game and make it as one-dimensional as we can. But one thing we saw with Denver last week against Chicago is they were using their running backs out of the flat. They were throwing the ball to Phillip Lindsay. They were throwing the ball to Royce Freeman with some success. And I think Washington's going to do that same kind of thing with Chris Thompson and maybe even try to hit Adrian Peterson, who hasn't shown a career-long ability to catch the ball. But Washington has used him. He's actually been able to catch the ball okay in Washington since he's been there. I think they're going to run the ball with Adrian Peterson, really try to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and then hit, if Jordan Reed's back, hit Jordan Reed on some flag routes and some seam routes, hit Chris Thompson and take the occasional over-the-top shot to McLaurin or to Richardson. Like I said, I think this is going to be a defensive matchup. I see Redskins 20, Bears 17, Redskins in an upset. If that happens, the entire city of Chicago, where I live, is basically just going to throw up in their mouths a little bit. But Washington plays well at home, and Case Keenum, he's playing pretty well in this offense. He's executing. I think it's going to be a while until we see Haskins on the field, their young talented rookie. So there you go. There is a full week of picks for us. Please, please, please stay tuned for the Pick 6 podcast, which is going to drop later this week. Brad will be back, and we're going to make our 6 favorite bets of the week. This is where last year Brad and I were at 65%. For the season. We are going to be doing that this year and basically making it a podcast available for everybody. So please check that out. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Please like us. Please comment. I will be interactive. That's how we grow the channel. We're really trying to get more subscriptions in both the Apple Podcasts and the YouTube channel as well. So please do so. We appreciate it. Go out, make some bets, get paid.